Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. Today's guest is Camille. I asked Camille about his background and about what languages he's learnt. His native language is French, and he's learnt many languages including German, English, Swedish, Chinese and Japanese. He's a musician, he's studied computer science, he's been a teacher, and since December he's been living in Niseko.
So, okay, the whole story is I was born in France and I grew up in France until I was 9, and then I moved to Germany for 5 years. And then after 5 years, I moved to Switzerland, where I've been living mostly since. I can't really answer that question. I guess it was German. Like, if we really look at the dates, the first book I picked up or first sentence I had to memorize, I think were in German. But I started learning German and English pretty much at the same time. Not English. I started learning German at school, yeah. But English I mostly started learning with my friends, my neighbors from America, and one of my best friends from the UK.
Kia ora, this is Stick News. It's election time in Japan, and damaged eardrums aren't the only worry. Sites like YouTube are also causing concern. Japanese politicians have a long tradition of charming voters by driving around shouting at them through loudspeakers. This is definitely legal, but blogging about politicians near the election apparently isn't. Election laws in Japan restrict media coverage during the 12 official days of campaigning. Some people are worried about the legality of blogs and vlogs during this time. Yesterday, the most popular blogger in Japan, Kiko, deleted her post criticizing Ishihara and replaced it with an apology. According to Japan Media Review, this restrictive law was made more than 50 years ago, and critics of the law say the LDP are in no hurry to change it, since the most tech-savvy people are not likely to vote for them. And that was Stick News for Monday, the 2nd of April. Kia ora. Do you like teaching? What were your English classes at school like? How did you learn English? Why did you start studying Chinese? How did you study Chinese? How have you been studying Japanese? What advice do you have for people studying English?
Yeah, but not in the usual way. I don't really like classes in school. I think they can be fun, but I love teaching in the sense sharing knowledge or bringing knowledge to someone, but I don't like to stand in front of a whiteboard or blackboard and exercise number. No. I don't enjoy that. Boring. Yeah. I don't have... I could speak English before I got in class, and I was always ahead of the class. I was pretty familiar with the language before the teacher brought the knowledge in the class. Didn't mean that I was good at it, but it meant that I had no problem to hear it or read it or whatever. So I never really got interested in it, except for the last years when we started studying like more cultural and literature, and then I could like put myself into reading text and stuff like this. But I guess most of the time I was just annoying the teacher and fooling around. Okay, with friends in Germany, and since I was in kind of an international school, it was easy to keep on speaking with other people. And then I spent 3 months in Canada when I was in high school, living in a family, so that was also a really big input. And then, yeah, other little trips here and there. Well, it's pretty much the same story again. I went to China last year, and since I was in China, I thought it would be interesting to learn the local language, because language expresses a lot of things about the culture and the people of a country. So if you're in a country and you're taking time being in this country, I think it's a good point to maybe not learn the language, but still understand some basic concepts and vocabulary, because it's really interesting how people express ideas in a different way than we do. I took classes in Beijing for about a month, about a month, to get some basics brush off, like really, learn some basic grammar concepts and work on my pronunciation, since in Chinese the pronunciation is a really important part of the language. And then the biggest input I had on my language was when I was working in Shanghai. I've been working in an association for handicapped people for about 6 months, and then I had to use the language every day, talking to my coworkers and stuff like this. So that was the immersion program and extensive learning every day. Mainly at work. For a while I had one of my coworkers, we were teaching each other language every day for an hour. I would teach her some French and she would teach me some Japanese. Yeah, and I have like a small 100 words in Japanese book. I have a dictionary. I have a mobile phone, which is wonderful. Yeah, and talking with people, or trying to talk with people. That's. Practice. I was sitting in the bus on my way here, and this guy was sitting like 2 rows behind me. He walked up to me and just like, excuse me, and he just started talking to me. And I think that's the right attitude. I mean, it might be scary for a lot of people. I don't know if I would do it, but I think he's doing the best thing he could do for his English right now, just running to a guy on the bus and starting to build a conversation with the little bit of English he knows. I think that's the right attitude. It's just like, yeah, go for it.
Where was Camille born? In Paris. How old was he when he moved to Germany? 9. How long did he live in Germany? 5 years. How did he describe his English classes? Boring. How long did he spend in Canada? 3 months. And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow.